Hey, traders. Happy Monday. Good to see y'all. We were looking for a higher low or a higher high, and we got neither. The hidden bearish divergence that was identified and looked at has continued to play out. Bitcoin has broken below the critical area of support resistance. It goes back to February, and there's just very little that would keep you propped up in between here and 53K. So you're stalling here, you're just hanging out. I mean, but if you look left, there's no inflection point really that you're hanging on to that's very strong. So bearish engulfing candle was just painted after you confirmed what was once an all-time high resistance is resistance again. You even got a spring back test of spring. The upside, no demand, lower high, hidden divergence, dump. But then you sold off. So that's called the up thrust, and then you back tested the up thrust as resistance. That's a form of confirmation, bearish confirmation, right? If you flipped the chart over, it would be a spring back test of spring in this situation. So now you're just sitting at your lowest levels in a few days, and you were very close to making 5-week lows. You didn't, not yet. 47 minutes to go. You know how it is. Like every time we're in here, power hour, and pretty wild things happen. Where if you're having a bad day, you're normally closing at your lowest lows of the day. You have a good day. Lately, you've been closing at the highest highs of the day. So it's just there is just not much hopium to smoke at these levels. There's just no technical support. You're below the areas you need to be above. You are making consecutive lower highs, lower lows since you topped out November 10th. It's almost 2 weeks now. You've been in a short-term downtrend, and that could continue. Down 3.7%, 2,167 today. Earlier in the day, it was like, oh my God, is something happening? Nope, just failing. Just rallying up to 59,500, and then you got as low right after that, 55,659. So wow, what a swing. So I would think like all we could think about here is just where it is with any edge, you know. I mean, I think maybe the 60 minutes starting to try to diverge or something, but let's just say the asset's going to go to its local fib extensions. I mean, we're talking about 3 different ones, right? I mean, you got the 1272 at 54,455. You got the 1414 at 53,826. But the one that makes the most sense is the 1.618 at 52,924, because that is literally confluent with the old high back from September 7th, and a few other times in history. It was tested May 5th, and then March 4th, even a little bit February 17th. So X marks the spot for your fib extension if this support cannot hold. This support cannot hold where you're really below the critical ones. So, I mean, just don't be surprised if the drawdown continues. We have to have an argument short term. We must start showing higher lows. And then higher highs. Higher lows, higher highs. Remember, like, look, I mean, what'd you do? I mean, you bottomed out at an inflection point. Unlike now, you rallied, you consolidated after a huge pump and a breakout, you rallied again, and you made it a higher low October 13th, then your low from October 7th and 8th, you rallied again, pulled back, maybe October 17th, rallied again, but then you sold off and you've been going sideways and you were holding between the levels of inflection, right? 58.3 and 63.5, then you up thrusted through it. And now you're just lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, the same low. Same low. Not really anything you want to see. That's not good. And then here's your daily. You're about to have 5-week lows on your daily, right? Like in 44 minutes when the daily candle closes, it'll be the lowest candle low close since October 12th. About 5 weeks. And your negative momentum's beginning to build again. You're not oversold. You'll be sitting at 39 on the RSI. And if you look left, you could certainly understand why the argument for 53,000 could be so strong here, because of the price action correlation between 53K and 58K. Straight up, straight down, 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 straight up, straight down. That's it. You had one time where you didn't do it, you know, April 7th. Wow, you held. That's okay. That was it. I mean, can't be too surprised, man. Okay, I guess we can go to Ethereum, where it's not, it's bad. It's just as bad based on respective support resistances, but it's actually slightly not as bad locally, where we just saw Bitcoin hit its same low. This one's slightly lower low, like an 88% retrace. You know, whatever. Who cares? Because Bitcoin goes to 53K. This thing's going below 39.50. Okay, it's just gonna happen. So all you can do is pray for Bitcoin at this point. At least Ethereum has a little bit stronger of support below it at 39.50. So, hey, maybe you get a type 2 return on this butterfly. You know, maybe. I just don't see it happening with Bitcoin dumping more. So Bitcoin would have to not dump for this to be an awesome type 2 return on a butterfly, and maybe a shark. Or a bat, excuse me. It could be a shark or a bat anchoring here, depending on which peaks you used. It would be the same PCZ, which is literally right at around $4,000. So, what's up, Jacob, dude? Hello?
Noise!
Here we go.
Oceanist, please. Thumbs up.
Alrighty. Yeah, we will look at Ocean and just everything except, I mean, there's just always a handful few of cryptos that don't always dump with Bitcoin. They're just passing inverse correlations. They normally get back in sync eventually after their pumps. Say Bitcoin was to dump again, you know, I could certainly see IOTA and Engine dumping again, all right? But they're up today. The metaverse coins are in another world right now in terms of their local structures, what they're doing compared to the macro, the major coins, and we'll look at those just so you can see. So, I mean, you pray for a higher low or a double bottom here, you know, and maybe you could. I mean, context is just kind of rougher. You know, you could go for a full reset where you go up to an 88% retrace from your previous high to low. It's always possible, but you just got to have help from Bitcoin, man. And Bitcoin's just, the argument's just kind of weak right here to pivot and rally. But you could go to the 1272, 1414, 1618 fib extensions and then rally. And it would be just maybe like you're working on a W shape or something like that. It's all about the waves. Okay, let's go to total. That really, it's not even that bad, man. Like, you know.
I like turtles.
Right, I like totals. It's still like above the old all-time high. It doesn't even look, I mean, it really doesn't look bad, you know, yet. And even if it did break the support, who cares? It goes down to 2.3, a stronger support probably, right? 2.3, 2.4 trillion, the gray zone here. Since you've rallied above it, you haven't really I mean, I know you back tested locally initially, but a new wave here, you pivot and you hold that. Okay, so really not that crazy. There's no edge here, you know, I mean, negative momentum building again. It kind of looks like Bitcoin on the daily oscillators, go figure. Let's look at, well, I guess we look at Ethereum on the daily, right? It really, yesterday, if you remember, Ethereum on the daily, bearish engulfing candle. But we did talk about the bullish engulfing candle that was painted on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. No, Friday maybe. And until you get a daily candle low close below $4,000, it's still a valid Japanese candlestick reversal. Just like here, you know, engulfing candle, really nice. That was not invalid until you broke below 3,900, and that never happened. So if you're praying for this being your reversal, your tweezer bottom engulfing candle reversal, you can't have a daily candle low close below 4K. Preferably no price action below it, really. But definitely the candle. All right, so below 3,900, 3,600, below 3,600, 3,300, just these minor peaks. But the major one's $3,000. And even if you went down to $3,000, you'd still be making a higher low than the previous low that went as low as 2,750. And it could be a back test, and then it could be a freaking harmonic or something, M shape. Okay. Let's go to Cardano. That has not looked good. We have not liked the way it looks. It has only made lower highs, lower lows for months now. And that's kind of continuing, where you are 38 minutes away from your lowest candle close since August 10th. Clearly, yesterday was bad because it's a daily bearish engulfing candle, and the candle close confirmed below the level of inflection you needed to desperately stay above. So you just can't like this asset until something short-term reverses. We need higher highs, higher lows. You don't have that at all on Cardano, and the target below 184 is eventually 148. That's it, man. Think of there's this huge structure, and the zones here clearly below them. Yeah, there was divergence, and there could be even more divergence developing. Okay, cool. But just historical price action, you almost never do anything but go straight up, straight down between 150 and 185. That's it. So another lower high was painted. Great. No surprise on this one. It seems like everything else is starting to do what Cardano has been doing for months. What is Cardano the meta, man? Here's your Binance coin that rallied, made a substantially lower high than the previous highs, and has begun to sell off again.
Daily for BTC, ETH, and even on total AOK hand.
On the daily, I wouldn't say so on the daily, man. What? Yeah, W shape? Like, I don't even. This looks like the same consolidation. This is not a discernible peak on the daily. No way. I don't think so. Maybe the 4 hour. I could agree. And we just talked about on Bitcoin, the fib extensions are going to give you that. It'll probably be a lower low on what you would consider C. If this was X, A, B, you get a lower low on C, back testing critical supports, and then you rally. Because we're just at the same low right now. I think if you're at the same low now, just give it time. I said it earlier. Someone was talking about hopium. I'm like, just give it an hour or 4, and Bitcoin will not be potentially double bottoming. It'll be going down to those fib extensions. So BNB, trend slowly reversing short term, where you made a low or a high, then a low, then a lower high, now a lower low, now a lower high. Get it? Trending downward now because of consecutive lower highs, lower lows in the short term since the buying climax, since the fourth target of the trade setup was achieved. And so you'd think at this level, you're probably going back down to 510. Based on historical price action, it's never done anything but go straight up, straight down where you are now. So I just don't be surprised if this continues to sell and you see 510 again. This happens after a long sustained rally that lasted for months. The bottom to the top, 41 days. I mean, whatever. A little over 5 weeks of just almost straight up. And, you hit levels of inflection. You hit deep retraces, thinking about M shapes or W shapes, exactly where an asset could or would react and reverse. Be paying attention. In this stream, you know that, because we look at Binance every day just about, because it's one of the largest cryptos. All right. But yeah, I guess, you know what, since we're in crypto still, let's go look at Sand. That's up 21%. Actually, chat, Sand is at its highest level of all time as I'm speaking to you, up 21.3%, $4.86. You've never seen levels this high before right now. And the bullish consolidation, it seems to have played out. Bullish consolidation with a hidden bullish divergence is going. I thought we had work saved on this. We were talking about it yesterday as, and yes, it looked like it was setting up for higher prices, but it was really hard to strategize a stop loss, right? Yeah, like look at that. Bull pull, bull flag. Up here, 575 or something was the target we measured. We did the measured move yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it never went down to 344. Just too strong, too much demand. FOMO is crazy, man. We got a runaway asset that is inversing this entire market right now. Sand. Just drinking coffee. Just reading a little chat for a sec. Good to see y'all on a Monday, a not so good Monday for cryptocurrencies, but pretty decent day for equities. Really good day for the world reserve currency, which is up and it's mooning. It's just continuously mooning. Past 3 weeks, including this one, only been open for like a day. So wow, chat, are we gonna see $5 today, like before the close in 33 minutes? Add an alert at $5 maybe. Why not? Oh, isn't it like Mana's? Well, Mana did see $4.99 at its highs. I don't know if it ever saw $5 on the dot. Okay, $5 alert set up. We hear the beep. Wow, go sand. All right, and the other one, the other metaverse play is Mana, and I just can't believe how good Mana looks on the 4-hour technically. I can't believe it. It looks impeccable. Like, it may fail, but you had the huge buying climax, then you sold off and you bottomed out, and then all of a sudden the bottom out, like, you don't really know, but you pivot and all of a sudden reaccumulation occurring on this asset. Like, that's undeniable. Look, the third valley, and this third valley is back testing the old all-time high where traders settled up at their highest point on the 4-hour, October 30th. You're back testing that as support, and while you're doing that, sellers are implying they are exhausted, or a hidden bullish divergence is extremely well developed and looks like it's about to start playing out. You don't know for certain ever, but dang, man, if this chart does not look amazing. Dude, you don't want to go to the weekly because it's at like 84 plus on the RSI. Way overbought.
Killing it today against USDT and BTC. Happy days.
What's up, UEB? Thanks for the 20, dude. Sure. Is B-Dubs in here? I pinged him. He requested something. It has been rolled out. The 666.66 contribution is now live. So if you ever want to see it, you know. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think your target here, if this is real, if this classic reaccumulation is real, $5, right? The all-time high that was at your highest point, $4.99. That's where you're headed. But we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. What a momentum-driven asset, like everything, and the momentum is stupid strong right now. It's crazy, man. Let me just show you something I was showing patrons. It's crazy, dude. I still got it up. Look at this. I mean, compare this to Micron. Micron back in late October of last year, where you had, you know, a big run, right? And then a drawdown, like Mana had a drawdown. Shoot, man, from its all-time high to its lowest low, Mana lost 55% of its value in 11 days. Okay, well, you know, from the high of that rally on Micron to the low, 23.4% of the traditional market versus crypto market. And the structure of reaccumulation, or just accumulation, I would say reaccumulation because before it was a low, right? And then you bottomed out, just like Mana. Third valley, look what was going on the 4-hour, same time scale. Micron was implying on the third valley that sellers were exhausted. You were at inflection points. From history, okay, well, you've got not much history, but same like context here. And Micron went insane after that pattern developed in the same, very similar context. So it's not, you know, each chart is unique because there are different market participants on every chart, just about. And even if they were the same, you'd never know. So you can't be like, oh, it's literally going to play out that way. But that's like pretty much a lot of technical analysis. You've got critical levels on each chart, but then you're looking for predictable patterns to develop around those levels looking left. And you're looking for the oscillator to be implying something too, and it is. It actually is right now. So, and look at your RSI. It's sitting at 61, bullish control zone. You're right back at it. Oh man, it's just crazy, man. It's hard to believe with the way the macro looks, right? That these metaverse plays are doing this, but that's cool. All right, so $4.99 eventually, maybe $5, and who knows after that? God, could just do the stupid melt up because of Zuckerberg. Thanks, Zuckerberg. We appreciate you legitimizing Decentraland. Everyone go to the Mitre TA Shrine to watch the suit created. What are the coordinates again? Someone post them. It's like -116 and 80 something. Thanks. Okay. IOTA was up 7% today. After consecutive, I mean, look, it's just crazy. It's, you know, holding up, and it's like, why is IOTA up today? There are a lot of charts that were showing these three valleys, inverse head and shoulder, whatever, after making higher lows, and they're not doing well today. Only IOTA is just an anomaly, a random anomaly. It's not a metaverse play, I don't think. No, the Internet of Things, I guess. Oh. Talk to somebody else. I mean, that's some hidden divergence kind of developed on the daily. Wow.
Please could you check out Mask with Enthused? Looks like maybe 3 rising valleys on daily.
I mean, maybe, dude. Maybe. Thank you, dude. All right. Then Engine Coin's also up 7% today. Oh, it's like above. Shoot, dude. This is like levels where reactions, reversals occur, where high, higher high, double tops, bearish divergence comes. So, it could keep going though. It breaks $4. It goes into price discovery, and who knows, right? But I'm just telling you, you know, normally you're looking for assets that bottom out, they make higher lows, and we get in late September, right? Like a lot of trade setups, good, reasonable entries in late September, early October. But then you just have like either one of these, even here, right? 886s. This is where you react and you can reverse, right? You've already got your type 1 reaction, and then this might be the reversal, but it's not really reversing yet, is it? It's still holding. It's up on the day, 7+%. So I'm just telling you though, it may not. It may just moon and then turns into something ridiculous like a 1618, like a crab pattern, right?
Jeffrey Unakamini
But it's just
Boy tipped $21.06.
the principles of value and premium.
LOL, can you also look at Mont? 0.100000000 LTC.
Mana Moon Boy, I might jump on that boat, you know, whatever. Mana Moon Boy. Just look at the technicals. Again, weekly, not really. It's so heated. But man, the 4 hour right now looks stupid. We'll look at Mana to BTC, sure. Yep. Okay, so we're just looking at some notable assets. We'll get to the request in one sec. Let me just show you the other market, right? That it did, wow. You know, it was earlier today. It hit all-time highs, 47, 44. And look at that. Look at that. It looked like we were going to be good. We're going to show the highest daily candle close of all time. But no, the 1618 cannot be broken. What a reversal. Closed at session lows for sure. Is this it? Is this TA going to be respected here? It's so far so good. So far it is being regarded very well. So let's see. It hasn't even hit a 236 from the previous low to high yet. So is it even real? Probably not. 46.14. And then I'll feel more comfortable to believe. And maybe this is the reaction low. Maybe this is the reversal low. can't sleep on that, though. That's definitely possible profit-taking levels on a lot of assets right after a big run, like an unstoppable run. There are gaps to fill down here. Don't be surprised. And you've never, ever in the history of mankind, really, you know, when you broke this, you went kind of straight up. Maybe you back test it and hold it as support before going higher. Okay. Yeah, wow, man. What a reversal. Dow Jones continuing to sell off. Friday kind of broke below the high from August 16th. And as you can see, what a rally. And then you closed near your open. If you don't hold this 35,619 level, you're probably going to 35,100 to back test the level for the first time ever. The old range you were stuck in for most of the year. Maybe you go to back test that next. Okay. There it is. Look at that. For the first time ever today, the NASDAQ composite hit what? The 1.618 fib extension, and literally at that fib node is where it has reversed and bearishly engulfed. I mean, you covered the previous three, almost 4 candles. Pretty violent reversal. I mean, so far, right? Close at the lows of the day, down 1.26%. That's incredible, though, man. Like, isn't that what we use fib extensions for? This is the way it normally does react. I would say that's pretty cool. Yeah, some divergence is starting to develop majorly on the RSI on the daily for now, you know. And eventually you're thinking it would be the most unsurprising thing ever if the NASDAQ came to back test $15,400. Wouldn't be weird. It's never been back tested. You get that? Market participants love gaining confirmation. They love testing things because they don't know. They want to know. And if it doesn't hold, you can very well fill a bunch of gaps and find your way back at $14,800 because that's never been back tested as support either. The zone down here. Okay. Now one more. Whoops. Holy crap. Sand is like $4.90 right there. We're 10 cents away from $5. And here's your Russell 2000 at a 1618 area has just reacted very well, continuing to react, and is headed towards that 2318 level. Is this the upthrust of the range? Oh boy, you do not want to fall back below 2318, man. There's so much downside potential. Okay. Awesome. Let's look at gold, and then we'll get to the few requests. There are a couple requests, man. Gold, what a dump, you know. What a dump. Back below the neckline of the potential double bottom. Well, I guess it was confirmed. Now it's not. But anything above 1800 is okay, but you kind of get it, man. Like how long you might be really old by the time it hits all-time highs. Sure, man. You're probably going to hit all-time highs eventually, but, you know. It just is going to take a long time, man. Too large of market cap and extremely suppressed. I mean, isn't there evidence that it is suppressed? Still has not made a higher high yet. And I think the major double bottom, you had the local one, but the major one on the weekly that is visible is $1,900. Look left. $1,900, like the all-time high from 2011. You're lower than you were in 2011 right now on gold. It still sucks, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, I guess you're protecting. If the environment was not so inflationary, it'd be okay. It's just because of the extremely inflationary environment, this is not okay of an asset. You're losing purchasing power when you own gold. So store of value, but maybe because it's not that volatile, still sucks, man. But I guess people would rather, you know, only be down a little bit and do nothing than Bitcoin going up and down, up and down. I mean, remember, Bitcoin's down 20% from its all-time highs just less than 2 weeks ago. All right, what was the number where we are at our lowest point today? Yeah, 19.3% in 12 days on Bitcoin. So, and based on history, remember this, chat, based on history for Bitcoin, In 2017, on that really nice run that kept legging up before the blow off top at 20K, Bitcoin lost 30% of its value 3 different times. One time of the 3, it lost 40% of its value and then recovered and went to all-time highs. So Bitcoin hasn't even lost literally 20% quite yet. Very close. All right. So let's get to the request. I think one was doing well. Someone was saying Ocean. I don't know what. I don't think Ocean's doing well, is it? Maybe. Yeah, Ocean's up today, 3%. Oh man, Ocean looks great. I mean, it's above levels inflection too. Dang. Okay. Yeah, Ocean, I mean, uptrend. This is like what you think a lot of the coins would do. How can they, though, with Bitcoin continuously selling off? You know, it's breaking above critical levels. And if it holds above $1, 94 cents to $1 long enough, then I think 133 would be your next big target. Yeah, this is like inverse head and shoulders measured move was hit. And then what did it do after it hit the measured move of the inverse head and shoulders? It dumped. Oh, TA respected. Sometimes, though, it'll hit the measured move of the structure and then continue mooning. It's like you don't know. That's why you have to have that plan before you take a long or something. But we identified that, and now it's pivoted and getting back above the critical areas it needs to hold above. And if it does, the upside potential percentage-wise is still, from where it is now, you still have 28 to 30% upside. 28 to 34% upside if it's going to do what it did historically, which was straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. Almost did it November 2nd. This might be the time it does do it again. Almost always does that. So yeah, Ocean looks good. I mean, it's uptrending, clearly a low, the higher lows, almost lost all its value, then confirmed higher lows, old resistance became support, momentum shifted, you rallied, you're back above critical areas, you stay above it, you could go to 133 to 139. It wouldn't be weird, man. You're uptrending right now. On the daily anyway. A lot of the altcoins are too. They're just stuck now because Bitcoin. Thanks for the 1,000 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, the coverage, not the price action, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. I got my glasses on today, okay? I'm trying to be smart. Pretending to be smart today, chat. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, hey. Casper looks... Remember, it was all about if. It's done with the lower risk strategic entry area, but now you are just butting up again against that daily candle high close from August 7th, where there's really almost no price action after 18.37 cents. There's a swing low at 24 cents. You could say almost with ease that would be probably where it's headed if it did break this level. Sure. Same time, if it can't break this level, this is exactly where an asset would reverse, right? Because it did it before. It could do it again. But dang, man, you talk about some serious accumulation really rolling, isn't it? That's serious. But look, think about it. It reverses here, sells off, it goes to the demand line again, and then rallies. You know, absorbing remaining supply. There might be too much supply at this level because this is the last place where there could be probably any sort of supply. You think, right? That candle high close. So have an alert set up, I guess, on Casper to Tether of 4% on the day. Congrats, man. Congrats. Next request was from Anonymous, and it was something. Mask to wrapped ether. Looks like 3 rising valleys on the daily. Dude, it looks like nothing on the daily. What? What are you talking about? Mask to wrapped ether. You said mask to wrapped ether. And you want me to type it that way on TradingView? I'm just doing what he asked. Okay, I'm just doing what he asked and typing in the coordinates, things he wanted. Shoot, man. Where's the third valley? It's hard to discern a third valley. Looks like accumulation's going on. It looks like where you are is the dead middle of a range between 17.7 and 35 to 38, right? And if you're there, it's almost impossible to strategize a stop loss, right? If you were talking about it being a potential 3 rising valleys, you're way too far off the third valley to strategize a stop just below it. The problem in this situation is just below that potential third valley that I don't even know if it is, there is the inflection point that might be even more strategic of an entry at 16.4 to 17.7. So, though maybe, whatever you're talking about, if that's the case, you're kind of well off where you'd want to be able to enter, right? I'm just plotting it because he requested it. He's bringing up the structure. I'm not really sure. My first time looking at this asset. And again, it pumped, and now what? What do you do? If anything, one setting stop loss is below the previous valley, and I hate this one because it's just below it is something that's even more. It could spring back test the spring eventually, then go. And then what? You get stopped out, and then it just falls a little lower, and then good entry areas, and then rallies. So, I mean, sure, let's see if this classic accumulation structure continues, where it could keep going, no problem, until 35.8, 38, and then after that, that's exactly where it could reverse. But, you know, whatever. It's kind of weird asset, you know, all this mask to wrap either times Ethereum to the United States dollar. I don't know, dude. Could I get mana for a second? That's like ridiculous. You know, this is like, it's discernible. The third potential valley is happening at an inflection point. An old high is being regarded as support for the first time in human history, even though it was only like a couple weeks ago. No, a few weeks, 3 weeks ago, you know, when it was painted. But also, you have that oscillator really helping the argument at this critical level on this third valley. I mean, that's the combination you want. I don't think the other one really had it like that at all. But we'll see, or maybe we won't, because I'm telling you, if you never request that asset again, I'll probably never look at it again. And it's no offense, dude. All right, the next one was for Jeffrey, my man. Okay, this is the last one too. Get wrecked, everyone. Mana to BTC is almost identical to the US dollar. Wow, that's crazy. So the mana to Bitcoin is so strong that it couldn't even go back test the same level from October 30th. That's nuts. All right, Jeffrey, man. Too strong of asset. Hidden divergence starting to show positive momentum now. And so you're catching some help because Bitcoin's been sucking. So I guess it's, what are you gonna do? This is all-time highs, right? Has to be, or maybe not. Yeah, all-time highs on mana to Bitcoin. Yep. It's pretty wild. Momentum is extremely powerful on this asset right now to the Bitcoin pair and to the United States dollar pair. Same combination of variables, except it was so strong it couldn't even backtest its old high. Yep. 3 valleys kind of there still. I mean, does look like you're accumulating again. Right, like 1, 2. It's not as good as the US dollar, really. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Like 1, 2, 3. The US dollar pair just looked pretty freaking good. And then, you know, your target is 8,098 sats or whatever it is. I think that the hidden divergence could usher in a rally that could take it to at least that level. Beyond that, I don't know. You're right. You don't ever know. It's all about the levels. We don't know if they're going to break. But if they did break, you could Fibonacci accordingly from that old all-time high to the lowest low, the correction, which happened to be the first valley. Your first target will be 9,364 sats, then 10,000 sats, the 1414, and the 1618 is 10,975 sats or so. All right, so your fib extensions, if it was to rally and breach its all-time high, where it'd be headed. That's about it, man. Okay, Jeffrey. All right, been live about 46 minutes now. Got through the requests, looked at the assets, notable assets today. The upside anyway. And yeah, what more could you ask for? I mean, what else is there to do? Normally the requests will keep me here for a greater part of an hour or two. So like, yeah, mana not hitting that level to the Bitcoin pair, but dang, man, to the US dollar pair. That's crazy, man. So good.
Noise! Loopring, please. What's up, Mitch?
Okay. Joe, thank you, man. Sure. LRC. No, let's see here. Been a minute. Well, I mean, this thing went nuts, and maybe it's trying to shift its momentum as we've now. See, this is what you want on Bitcoin, chat. You're not getting it. Okay, yeah, you're pulling back. Dang, man, a drawdown, a retrace. Got it. But then something needs to happen. You need to rally like Bitcoin did on the 19th. Rally, maybe make a lower high or the same high. Then you sell off, and then you paint a higher low. Ethereum paints a higher low. It's trying to. Ethereum's actually trying desperately, but it's not. It can't catch much help if Bitcoin's just going to dump, you know. So nowhere that makes any sense when you look left because you're in outer space. So you got that wick low right there. So you think if you can hold that level with the higher low, there's reaccumulation occurring. And now it's pretty like, all right, if that's it, that's all you got. I mean, maybe if one wanted to try to take a shot on this asset, they could have a stop below 236. The wick low where it's just back tested that spring. And if it holds, then you would think that the target's eventually 358 to 384 again. If it's gonna do it, if it's reversing, if its momentum is shifting from the supply line was broken here, certainly. Look, oh yeah, broke a supply line. Then you would target for 358 to 384 on loop ring. Okay, that's like about it. I don't know if you want to be in loop ring below 236, and it's still a rather tenuous argument because there's no help looking left. Man, you want to have like tons of resistance, old all-time highs, and it's back testing it. That's the strongest. But who's to say this can't play out? It could. If a momentum-driven asset class, the momentum shifting back to bullish, the prevailing trend that's really strong outperformer. 358, 384 are your targets. Okay.
Sup, Mitch? Quiet night. Vora to BTC.
What's up, FD, man? Yeah, we'll look at Veracity to Bitcoin. Sure, if you want. That's all I can tell you for loop ring, all right? All right. Let's see here. Peculiar request. No one ever asked for the BTC pair, I don't think. Yeah, I haven't even been here
Three
before.
rising valleys forming for link on the daily. I know it's scary with BTC current price action, but is the pattern legit? Pray for the corn.
You don't know, man. We can definitely take a gander, all right? So Veracity's thingy DD. 89.92 is the big area that you have just successfully back tested that level as support. Nice. Okay, if you hold above that, you're in good shape. VRA, I don't know if it broke a supply line yet, right? Let's see. Yeah, no, you're right at a supply line, aren't you? Okay, so squeeze between the supply line, certainly, and the horizontal line. The old all-time high from April. Right? If you can, and look, I mean, there is this is not like the best context for a harmonic, but you cannot deny that this harmonic is right here. It exists 88%. I mean, that is like a shark pattern, right? So, oops, a little off.
LTC,
Golden cipher tool.
pocket retractment, pitchfork on it, 80% chance it hits the median line.
Slip Chadwick. I think he did. A little too perfect on ANC, but nevertheless, the 886 reacting, maybe reversing, maybe one low, a second low there. Dang, man, VRA to BTC looking pretty okay here. Right, 1 and 2, break the supply line. I would think your target would be like the top of the harmonic, right? 14,300. That's pretty interesting right there, VRA to BTC. So you got somewhat of an argument, and you know your cutoff. You want nothing to do with this asset at all, okay? You out below 89.92. That's the cutoff. Because you have just successfully back tested it once, which just happened to be at the pattern completion zone of the shark, and then you reacted well off of it, and then you have come for a type 2 return, the confirmation low, and now you're just near the supply line. This should be it. Market participants have gained the confirmation they need to be confident to believe that it would rally and break the supply line and run. And that's harmonics. That's how it could go. It's a pretty good request. It's doing a lot of good things that assets do before they go higher. Okay? Does that make sense, sir? Don't worry, man. Where Bitcoin is right now, there's not really much of anything holding it up, dude, besides that local high. I think one valley from sometime in the beginning of the year, earlier in the year. There's no edge. There's nothing implying that sellers are exhausted on Bitcoin right now, on even the 4 hour. Maybe the 60 minute, but not the 4 hour. And that's why I think those SIB extensions make sense for maybe more downside. And it's all because, right, if we're above 58,343 or even above 57,400, I feel really good about Bitcoin. But below that level, there's just nothing that would make me bullish on Bitcoin until it gets back above the level that it fell below yesterday. We got less than 2 minutes till your daily candle close, chat. Bitcoin did Thanksgiving last year. Bitcoin got wrecked on Thanksgiving. It pulled back tremendously, but that's okay. It pulled back tested some critical areas from 2017, and then mooned after that. And then we crossed the Delaware with George Washington on Christmas Day. It was incredible. The situation is just not the same right now. Everything is not the same as it was last year. We are not, right? This was around Thanksgiving last year on Bitcoin. Okay, let's see. This was it right here. This was hey, happy Thanksgiving. Bitcoin just got wrecked. Bitcoin just drew down, and at its lowest point on Thanksgiving, it was down 16.79%. People were scared. A lot of people were literally, I remember crypto Twitter was like, it's over, man. It's done, dude. Then it held and looked like maybe it might have been flagging, and then rallied and it went in for the first time or tested that old all-time high from 2017 after the Thanksgiving Day drawdown. There it was, right? First time ever after. So yeah, man. I mean, that's what's going on. So we've already drawn down worse than that, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. So the dragon, the bullish divergence with the dragon, with the confirmation low with the second highest or third highest daily candle close of all time around in the 17,000. That was a trade setup. Brilliant. Then moon, and then more trade setups. Bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence. Christmas Day, it was what a Christmas. So look, the momentum was strong. There, you were making higher highs, everything was good. Higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Bitcoin right now is locally not doing that. And there it is, chat. So Jesus chimes for the new day. that's a pretty bad indecision candle after a very real bearish engulfing candle. So you can't like that. I mean, dude, you just upthrusted, back tested the upthrust and the bearish engulfing candle, and now you just did 4 hours of nothing after the markdown. That's not good, man. Follow through could easily happen here, and nothing would be weird about it. That's about these levels. That's how you can make your decisions. I don't like Bitcoin until 53K, you know, below 57.5, 58.3. I don't like Bitcoin. If it's above 58.3, I love Bitcoin. But there's just not an argument right now based on looking left, really, right? I mean, where is the support? There isn't. There's like never a time in history where Bitcoin reversed until 55.4, and that was one time. Guys, let's go to the daily and just look at it. Okay. There's your daily, the 5-week lows, lowest daily candle close since October 12th. You have a lower, traders have settled up today or yesterday than they did on the nasty day where we went down to 55.6 and then rallied, right? It closed lower than that, and that should show you things are just not that great. Negative Momo still sucks, man. You could easily on the daily rally back up to 57.489 and test it as resistance, as you've just broken it for real again, right? So yeah, you got it to understand 53K seems way more probable now below 57.4, 58.3. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, more Jesus chimes for sand hitting $5 for the first time in human history. Oh my God, chat. There it is. It's really like
and then just like that,
sand continues to pump and is now above $5. Congrats, Sand. Meta play, metaverse play. Dang, man. So the measure move again was like what, 575, 585. Remember we did it yesterday. It's like bull flag, whatever, you know. It's tough with that one. Let's see. 581, 575. Yeah, that's it, man. Still, if it's gonna make 100% measure move, there's a lot more upside, right? Okay. Bitcoin's just hanging out. You have no immediate dump yet. Mana's already up 0.5%. Dang, man. On the new day. Mana's also catching a little love. Not as much as sand. Dang, man. Okay. Now it's up almost 1%. Are you kidding me? All right, man. Dude, again, if it holds 359, the target's $5, dude, on Mana. Don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to add an alert just in case it breaks the previous high.
Sold theta around $7 before dump. Could you simulate theta entry level at BTC $53,000? 0.10000000 LTC.
I could certainly give it a shot. But yeah, I don't think your trajectory has changed on theta yet. I think the cutoff's 587. As you can see, support 3 times, 4 times. If it hits 53K, the good news is you're not below the same level Bitcoin's below, right? So hold on, let me get rid of the arrow real quick so we could, you know, that divergence was played out there. It rallied and it only made a lower high, and then hidden bearish divergence. Not even really. I guess kind of. Depends on the high. But I think you're safe until 587's broken. You break 587, there's just not much of an argument for anything until at least 458, right? Straight up, straight down, straight up. Straight down, straight up. Straight down to 584, what is it? 465. Straight up, that's the only history you have in this zone, so you can't break it. 5 hour chart. The 5 hour? How's the 5 hour showing bullish divergence, man? Huh? What's going on? You crazy, man. I've never looked at the 5 hour chart in my entire life. I don't know, right? I don't know how these alts are going to respond. If Theta looks like it held up somewhat, you know, better than Bitcoin, right? It did hold up better than Bitcoin, because if it did not hold up as good as Bitcoin, it'd literally right now be at 585. It is outperforming Bitcoin. Theta is like Ethereum. It's outperforming Ethereum locally, because Ethereum made an 88% retrace from its previous low to high, right? This one's at a 50% retrace. So you just don't know really till it happens, Jeffrey, man, right? Outperforming the crap out of the two big ones for now by couple fib nodes. I'm just saying, right? Low to high, 50% retrace. You did low to high on Bitcoin, 100% retrace. Low to high on Ethereum, same swing lows, same dates. It'd be an 88% retrace. This is a 50%. Outperformer. I don't know. Super speculative. Hard for me to even guess if it's doing that. You know, maybe if it was doing the exact same thing Bitcoin was doing, or even Ethereum, it'd be easier because you'd be closer to this level to know that it's about to get wrecked and probably going down to 465 again. But it's not. It's pretty good. Fastly. Oh yeah, Fastly. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, so bad. Okay, so I remember this one now. We talked about on Fastly. Someone was like, "Hey man, it's a cipher," but the last time we looked at it, it was like, maybe it is a cipher. But I'll tell you, it would make way more strategic sense for the asset to go to the 88% retrace and turn into a sharp. Right, clearly, because this is like last time I have not touched this thing. I haven't looked at this since someone requested it, I believe. And so it did bottom out, but rallied, and only to make a lower high than previous high. So the correction's kind of continuing, and it's going down to test, probably going to test 3484 again. And if it doesn't hold, then it's going down to 2562, which I think is much stronger support resistance, the strongest that exists on this chart, really, back from its IPO price in May of 2019. So yeah, it bottomed out, but when it made its low, it made a lower low. It didn't make the same low. It technically made a even lower low October 6th than the low August 20th, than the low May 6th. So you had consecutive lower highs, and now you continuing that lower low. There was your lower lows, excuse me, and now you're continuing to make lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Even at deep value areas, you got to see some sort of reaccumulation. It is oversold, yes, certainly the most oversold it's been since August, early August, when it bottomed out initially. But that's just not good enough. It might need to see $25 eventually. It's still in a correction. Okay, Fastly's still in a correction, and it has not made a higher high since February 1st, but that's from its local previous high. It's been making lower highs for real since October of last year. So until it starts making discernible higher lows, higher highs, you just can't like it, really. Right, look at that low there, and then the slightly lower low. The low, the slightly lower low, the slightly lower low again. Then the rally, then the lower high, and it's like, come on, man. So maybe if it pivots before making a lower low than 36.59, it might be momentum might be trying to shift here, but I think it's too early to even say that momentum's shifting, since it's just continuing to get wrecked. It would be the most conservative thing, most prudent thing to do would be to wait for 25.60, let the price come to you, and if it never comes to you, whatever, you're just saying, I will not buy this asset until there's an 88% sale on it from its all-time low. Remember, the S&P 500 hitting all-time highs. This thing's literally making the same lows it was making in May of 2020. Yikes. Just bad performer. And it's correcting, and the correction It's shown no reason why it's done. Trend has not reversed. The trend has been down since the buying climax over a year ago. Sorry. Weekly bearish divergence and the weekly, oh boy, hidden bearish divergence. Oh yeah, disgusting. Oh, it's so nasty and clear, right? That's why you cannot like Fastly right now. Look at the weekly. Yeah, someone brought it up. Voax Michael, he brought up. Look at the high here, and then look at the substantially lower high confirmed, right, with a shooting star, and look, extremely higher levels of positive momentum on lower highs on price. That is hidden bearish divergence, undeniable. You're not oversold. You're at 40. You're right about to be in the bearish control zone. It's just not good right now, and I think it'd be best $25 or nothing at all on this one. We're looking for assets that are making substantial higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and it's consecutive. Hey, Mana, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Not lower highs, lower lows for literal months. Momentum, okay, undeniable uptrend, okay. It had a buying climax, pulled back, bottomed out at 255, and now it's reaccumulating again. Like, what? Okay. Wow. So there you go, Fat Sammy Slice. Sorry, dude, about Fastly. And it's nothing personal, man. I can't help that it sucks. Okay. Sand is up almost 5% on the new day. 520. This thing's going insane, dude. This thing's going crazy. Yeah, just about everything else besides Sand and Mana, you know, are getting wrecked with Bitcoin, which there's no reason to believe Bitcoin's going to hold here. I just don't know how. It would just be weird. Yeah, just another public service announcement. If someone follows you on Instagram and they're claiming to be me, remember, I'm probably almost certainly not going to follow you on Instagram. All right, that's all you need to know. I'm certainly almost not going to ever follow you on Instagram. I just don't do that. I don't follow a bunch of people. Okay, so if I follow you, you better be suspicious. And you better look right here at MitchRayTA. That's it. There's no underscores. There's no weird spelled symbols. You must understand it's at MitchRayTA and nothing else. That's the real Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything. Everything else is a scam trying to impersonate me so they can steal your crypto. Okay? They're scammers. They are morally bankrupt losers. The universe will devastate them and their families' lives probably at some point down the road, because that's karma, dude. You spend your life trying to screw people over, the universe will devastate you. As sand continues to pump up 5.57% all-time highs every time we breathe and we speak. What a winner, dude. Okay, man, we've been live an hour and 10 minutes. If you're enjoying it, hit that like button, that bell, that sub, man. Hey, song for Sand, yeah, really, but unfortunately, Sand does not ever usher in major hype. It is only Bitcoin. Even Ethereum going all-time highs. No one really is gonna get hyped about it. It's all about Bitcoin. It's a weird phenomenon, man. No, Justin Bond. These people are in countries where the governments are bought and paid for. Corruption is rampant in these countries, most likely where they're doing it. So, nah, they're like in bed with it. That's cool with them. Hey, we almost got 500 likes. Let's get 500 likes, dude. Why not, man? Let's just do it on a you know, a down day for crypto. It's probably going to be a real down day for Bitcoin, but yeah. Only thing worth looking at right now is sand. My God, dude, everything's just terrible. I don't know. Iris coin's up 3% on the new day. That's it, though. Yeah, what are the coordinates? I don't know, man. Coordinates for the shrine. I thought we were gonna make it the Citadel, you know. Coordinates for Decentraland. Oh, 63 minus 118. These are the coordinates for the decentralized or the Decentraland, whatever.
Showing the falling wedge in the past 6 months.
What's up, Rusky, man? I don't know, dude. I don't know if it is. I can look at it for a second, I guess. Well, we'll look at FTM first.
Can we check FTM?
Yeah, sure, dude. Oh, bleeding out and trying to backtest spring. Remember, this is the level we, you know, I know you care about FTM a lot, Eggman, but here you are. I mean, let's get out the gray tool, or the tool, the shading tool, I don't know, just so you can see the zone that is of paramount importance. Right there, dude. You're definitely at it, aren't you? But I'll tell you, your short-term trend sucks, man. Right? Since October 28th, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. The momentum is not bullish. It is bearish right now, short-term, undeniably. You got a supply line right there. Long way off of that, aren't you? I don't know if we could say it's a wedge, right? Let's go from that scan wick low. If it was anything, it broke down. Terrible, dude. If anything, maybe it's a channel. So it's not a Bulkowski structure or anything gross.
Not more than I care about Cream and TA chart 5 hours chart.
Yeah, dude, Cream, well, you caring about Cream is probably the most financially detrimental event of your life, right? Cream. Oh, we're going to get exploited and then we're going to start giving people their money back, I guess, or something on a Saturday. And there goes my set. So yes, if you can hold 187 as support, things could go really well for you. If you don't, I will see you down at 152. If Bitcoin goes to 53K, FTM's most likely not going to hold this area. It will not. It's attempting, but the momentum's not on your side right now. It's all about the levels, dude. And it really is all about Bitcoin. And where Bitcoin just right now, it just... I don't know how you can have much hope on Bitcoin to reverse literally here, where I'm thinking more so probably 53K eventually. And if that happens, then probably 152. The next level. Then after that, 95 cents. That's it. I want to see a higher low get put in, and if Bitcoin was to reverse here for real, this is probably where the higher low gets put in, but Bitcoin doesn't look like it's going to do that yet. So 187, you're out. You don't want to be messing with this asset below 187 for real, okay? Really, really bad bearish, hidden bearish divergence like Bitcoin yesterday, or yeah, yesterday and the day before. So yeah. That's FTM, dude. Yep, just a full sub. Exactly. That's all we got, man. Even sand that was up over 5% is only up 2% now. Mana's down 1%. Right, they're sinking back up, chat. Sand, your killer pullback. But still above $5, so you got that going for you, which is nice. Sure. Cool. And man up, nah, nothing. Just maybe it's gonna resync up with Bitcoin again. Okay, so that's gonna be it, chat. Bitcoin, remember, Bitcoin could always go and back test $57,500 as a resistance because you've just broken it, right? With no form of confirmation. No form of confirmation that the bottom of the range was broken. So you could rally back up, test that 57.5, and then dump again. Or it's so bad right now, this is just holding up temporarily, this level, and goes back to like one time, right? You're below it though, at one time from April. Hey, you go up, you test that level, and you dump again. Or the miracle happens. How do you do this? What do you do? The create a new, let's see, 5 hours. Never done this. This is for 5-hour bullish divergence. I don't think you can say that yet. Like, how can you say there's bullish divergence when the negative momentum is just building below critical supports from history? I think it's not really there yet. You could be at 54K, negative momentum then starts waning, and then you say you're diverging, but not really quite yet. Yeah, you pray for a double bottom here, but good luck. All right, man. I mean, that's whatever.
What about the 12 hours?
What about it, man? I mean, can you even say it's diverging yet? You just made 5-week lows. I don't think you're diverging yet. I mean, like, if it starts really pivoting here, maybe, but dude, it could go up and it's going to test that 57.5, and then look, it tested like it did before and then dumps from there. Yeah, maybe, like, it's just too early. Too early. That's all, and I don't think at all on the MACD. Yeah, you got to give me something, man. I need some sort of higher low, then a higher high. I got to get something, man. Yeah, dude, give me a partial decline. I guess anywhere it pivots. Dude, that's just, is it even, like, how would it even be able to physically go touch the bottom of this again? That would be like, yeah, it's going down to 50K or lower. Okay, man. I think y'all get it. I mean, pray for Bitcoin, but you know, below, it really is only a prayer if you're below 57.5, 58.3. That's it, dude. Everything else is hopium, smokium. So be sure to join the Discord that is pinned above in the chat. Be sure to keep your eye on the anomalies to see how they fare, like sand and mana. Not saying take action on it, but dang, man. It's just interesting to see it. You see like how it works though? If like Bitcoin starts pivoting here, all of a sudden the argument for MACD bullish divergence begins, or like the argument for the development begins. But you need more. You need like 3 or 4 consecutive candles losing negative momentum to really be able to say with confidence that the divergence is actually here and happening. You got that? We need more data.
Have you guys lost faith in the 60 minutes?
Oh yeah, 60 minute has divergence probably, right? Oh yeah, nasty or inverse nasty bullish divergence locally, sure. Yep, implying a reversal that could take you to $57,400 to test it as resistance. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, you are bullishly diverging. What? Diverging. Divergence. Diverging. Yes. Diverging. Yes, diverging on Bitcoin. There it is. I mean, undeniable on both oscillators, you know? Yeah, sure. Impending price action reversal. Fine. It could take you as high as 57.5. And that's it. Most likely. There you go, Eggman. Egg's acting like the guy on Conan O'Brien, or one of them that has like the guy in the background who does the piano.
Or it takes us
And he just
100K.
brings up something. 400K, yeah, exactly. Nice one, dude. Cue up the laugh button for the studio audience. Awesome, dude. $60-minute. Maybe could usher in the 4 hour, I guess. Yeah, literally could. What a day, man. What a day. Praber double bottom. Praber 60-minute divergence to usher in 4 hour divergence. That would usher in us breaking back above 58,343. Then we can party again. But how are we really gonna party, chat? Okay. I'm not making calls on these things. I'm telling you the critical levels where we need to be above. What we need to do, if you want to see some sort of real reversal, we need to breach back above the levels, the ice lines from February, the gray zone here. You do that. First step. Second step, break the local supply line of this consolidation structure you've been in since it dumped really hard in November, or like, you know, mid-November. Okay, then you need to make a higher high than the high from November 20th. And at any time after making that higher high, then you sell off again, sure. Then you back test the levels you need to be support. And then what does that do? A higher low and a higher high. That's what we're talking about, dude. That's what you gotta have higher highs, higher lows, eventually locally. We know the long term is an uptrend. We even know like kind of midterm's an uptrend, but the short term is not an uptrend again until we do the things I just said. Short term is really important. That's it. Wow, sand that was up 5% is now not up any at all. What? Gut. Get scammed out, FOMOers. Oof. Could you imagine FOMOing into that? Like, I'm gonna buy, man, 516. It's going to what? What is it? What's like your upside so limited? It feels like almost. It just. I mean, 580 was like the measured move, but you know, dude, that's crazy. It was already up like 20+% yesterday. You're testing your luck, man, if you're trying to FOMO into stuff like that. It's so cool though, like the mid-trade TA little shrine in Decentraland. It's like you go in there and the NFTs are there and you can actually like click on the painting that's showcased as a painting, and it's right. You click it and it opens up Rareable, the literal NFT itself. Love it, man. Pray for the confirmation low, sure. I think these are getting really volatile. Mana too, like it was up, it's down, it's up. It's like what? It's weird though, right? It's like metaverse. You had DeFi that had its glory for a little while. Now DeFi is like completely dropped off. I mean, YFI and YFII are stuck, man. Same price as they were last year, essentially. They had their fun in the sun, and now it's just blah. And then I guess Ethereum was the run for NFTs, but now Mana and Sand and several others are doing really well. It's flavor of the moment, flavor of the cycle. Well, I'm sure there are more than a couple that are, you know, part of the metaverse. Which other ones are there that are like Sand and Mana? Y'all know? Give me a couple metaverse tickers that are not like scams on like Binance Smart Chain. All right. Okay. Alice is one. Oh yeah, dude, Alice, look at this. How about that? Alice breaking critical resistances from April, right? And now you broke it and you back tested it as support, and look, some hidden divergence. How about that, man? On another metaverse that is not at all-time highs. That's incredible, right? All-time highs on this, I don't even know, man. $60? What it's just done? Oh God, man. It's like, if this is a real back test, this thing's going to like 28.50. Alice? Yeah. Look, dude, I know you're gonna deal with the local highs. But man, that is extremely powerful stuff when you break a major level from history and then it's confirmed as support, and then sellers are implying they're exhausted at that back test level, right? And this is it, man. It started here in March. And of course, lows, higher lows again. And do not be surprised if Alice sees 28.50 eventually. And if it ever breaks that, good God, man. $60? Okay. Metaverse. It's up 11% on the new day. Are you kidding me, dude? Let's add Alice to the watch list. Sweet. There you go. They're all looking good, man. My last sip of coffee. What's going on? So what do you want, like on total? See, like down here, you don't know. My issue is this was the A, B, C, D. Undeniably, this is not an A, B, C, D. That's not as good, but you'd want it to just consolidate like this above the old all-time high long enough, and then it maybe could rally upward again. Attempt that rally, go to 3 trillion again. But that would require a miracle on Bitcoin, chat. It would require certain miraculous behavior on an asset that has fallen below a critical support that it needs to desperately get back above ASAP. Otherwise, 53K for sure. I don't even know what that is. What do you mean, don't you dare forget it? No one has ever even brought that up, dude. MC? Dude, that's not even on TradingView. No thanks, ever. Yeah, Odell Beckham Jr. giving away Bitcoin on Twitter. Yep, he's gonna take his paycheck in crypto, man. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's pretty big, but it doesn't matter. You know what matters? Price action. Adoption is gonna continue happening. It's not gonna stop. You feel like if it was going to 53K, it would have already done it? What? I mean, I don't think that's the case at all. Like, until you make a higher low and a higher high, you have to go with the trend in the short term. The trend in the short term is a high, a low, a high and a low, then a lower high, then a lower low, then a lower high, then a lower low, then a lower high again, and then a technical slightly lower low on the daily where traders settled up. But yeah, right there, the same low. Same lows do not mean the trend is reversing yet. You need a lower or a higher high and a higher low. All right. Odell taking crypto right in time for that? I don't know, man. You know, like, maybe. Like, dude, you're like not in a bear trend until you fall below 42K, 40K. So this thing could lose so much more value and still be in an uptrend, a long-term uptrend, and there's nothing anyone could say about it. See, look at that. Just not enough evidence, not enough data yet to even be confident yet. Dude, it's never about finding the very bottom. What it is important about is finding that second or third bottom. And that's normal because you've identified accumulation. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the price just, I know it matters if you're speculating near tops, right? Like if you're, hey, I'm getting into Bitcoin only because it's cool again and it's between 58K and 69K. Yeah, you probably should be concerned, but you should be more concerned about your behavior and why you're only getting into Bitcoin when it's near its tops, right? Why are you not thinking about this asset at all anywhere between May and September? That was, you know, those areas. Are you really worried about Bitcoin's price in the short term? You shouldn't be, right? What do I mean before that, though? I mean, another world we were living in last year. But I'm just saying, you just got to think about that. Like, I think long term, this thing is incredible. It's mathematics. You can't argue with math. Well, I mean, actually, there are psychos in universities talking about arguing with literal math, saying it's some sort of oppressive tool used. But for non-Rudy Poo people that are indoctrinated, math can't be argued with, okay? And that's what Bitcoin is: trustless, decentralized, unhackable, alternative system. From the system of irresponsible money printing, government overreach, government misallocation of spending drunkenly, debt addicted, not doing anything that people voted them in power to do. So this system gets away from all that crap. It's only going to make sense now, okay? Economically and mathematically. So I will leave you all with that, okay? Pray for Bitcoin, but we just need a little more data to gain an edge. 60-minute has the edge. 4-hour might get the edge if the 60-minute actually played out, but we need a higher high and a higher low eventually in the short term if you want to see all-time highs anytime soon. All right, so thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. It was fun hanging out with y'all today, even on a day that's just not that good, man. So I'll leave you to it. Until next time, respect the T. Hey. Okay, yeah, I forgot about the link request. Sorry, dudes, if you're still watching. Is it 3 rising valleys? I mean, it's more like you can't break $35, $36. You're selling off, and the uptrend is still real until you fall below 2150. So it seems like you're coming to back test. That was at $35, right? And it's probably coming to back test $25, $26 soon. I mean, definitely some hidden bullish divergence in development, but I don't know if you could, I don't think you can call it 3 rising valleys at all because it's not proportionate, right? You must have symmetry in proportionate swing lows to highs. This is nothing like that. So the question was on the request, is it a 3 rising valleys or potential? No, it is not. But that doesn't mean it's bearish or anything. It just, if it doesn't hold $25, it's probably going down to $20 to $21. All right. All right, there's a sell wall at 35 bucks. It can't break it. Too many sell orders there. It's almost like a bearish shoot, man, let me get the back, man. Sorry, this is ridiculous. Someone requested that too, of course, right? It almost looks like a bear shark pattern, right? Like an X, A, B, C, and then the 113. Oh my God, it was a shark. A bear shark that is turning into maybe a bullish 5-0, but you're too low. You're already beyond the pattern completion zone of that, right? You're lower than a 61% retrace, so I don't even think it's valid. I mean, you just bearishly engulfed on the daily yesterday. I don't know, man. Like seeing these, yeah, they draw down, but normally in uptrends, you see these harmonics, they don't make lower lows. They eventually pivot and rally and then continue on the uptrend, which I think you could. That's it though. That's your link. What a beautiful, beautiful bear shark that has gone a little too far. All right. No edge. Maybe if it starts pivoting, hidden bullish divergence would develop anytime until it falls below 25 bucks. 25 bucks falls, you're in trouble. Yep, you're in big trouble for lower prices. So that's it. Yeah, I don't know what I can tell you when you just bearishly engulfed here. Okay, you said Litecoin was requested. If it was, whatever. It went up to 272, a major resistance, and dumped with Bitcoin. It's in an uptrend, right? A low, a higher low, or a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, potentially a higher low. As long as the asset, Litecoin, stays above 145 the next time it pivots, you will have another higher low, and the uptrend would probably continue, right? You're thinking eventually the wave structure, eventually, chat. And this would require Bitcoin not going 53K, or maybe it does. It probably, yeah, like Bitcoin could go 53K and this still probably makes a higher low than 145. But you're thinking eventually what's going to happen is Litecoin would go to an 88% retrace around 378. And then it's maybe all over, and then it's ushered in a reversal or something. But you're thinking wave structure wise, that's probably it. It's probably going to 377 eventually, unless Bitcoin's just done. Unless Bitcoin cycles over and it's bearish and we're double topping on the weekly. I mean, that happens, forget everything. But if Bitcoin somehow can make a higher low than 53K probably, then you're good for almost, you know, like $370 again. All right, higher lows. Just make a higher low than 140 and your trend is still bullish on Litecoin. That's it. Okay, so those are two requests I think I missed. Look, it goes all the way down to this demand line again at 172, and it's still above inflection points from history, and it's fine. Like, everything's fine on Litecoin for the long term. Like a lot of altcoins, Bitcoin dumping did not change the trajectory of these altcoins. Bitcoin would have to do something far worse to change the trajectory of assets that are, you know, reaccumulating, making these higher lows, substantially higher lows than the previous lows before them last year. So yeah, you're okay. That's it. All right, thank y'all.
Adios, turd nuggets.